Hi everyone, welcome back to Box Delights. With less than 24 hours to go, I thought I'd give you a quick update on Needy Cat Games' Attitude game Steel Colosseum, for which I'm doing the solo rules. A few folks have been asking, can you tell us, Ricky, a little bit about the 6 different types of drones that you can take on in the co-op solo gauntlet mode? Remember, you can throw these into your multiplayer games too. So this is a very quick kind of a plug, really. Going back to Kickstarter, it's less than 24 hours to go. Obviously, this is all prototype stuff, and the usual proviso, it's still in development. Okay, so things are liable to change. Things will change. Some detail will change because we're playtesting and developing. Right, let's have a look at the 6 different types of drones and look at some of their special abilities then. Let's start with Skeleton. So Skeleton, they come in extra numbers, so their special ability, which is this little bit here in the middle, remember this is just my prototype, just a working prototype, just so I can play test. The graphic design will be done. My nephew did the little artwork here, so yeah, like I say, it's all just a workable prototype. So graphic design to come, artwork to come. Skeleton, when they deploy, always deploy 1 extra, so we get 3 of these tokens out on the board. This is their undamaged side, this is their damaged side. So remember, armor, so Skeleton comes with 2 armor to start us with, and then once we beat them down, make them damaged, we can then do critical damage, and it takes 3 critical damage to destroy a skeleton. So you put 3 tokens back under, and then once they're gone, he's defeated. Skeletons, they like to work adjacent. They've got attacks on all 4 sides. It's a low attack, but their first upgrade will upgrade it to +1, and then +2 is on their maneuver to their upgrade system. Maneuver is more about repositioning, running away. Attacking is about engaging and attacking. So the attack says if an enemy robot is within 2 spaces, move adjacent and attack. So if you get within 2 of a skeleton, they will come in and attack you, and the maneuver will push them around the board as they try to evade or get in range of their attack. Their tactic, which will fire, remember when this hits 3, this resets to 0. Okay. So when you see the tactic, it will move to the closest space adjacent to any enemy robot and attack. So you've got to look out for these skeletons. They're scattered around, 3 of them, so you've got 3 to take down before they're defeated, and they will run around. They've got high movement, which is upgraded. They'll be scooting around the arena, and then when the tactic fires, they're going to move in adjacent and attack you. Okay, their trick's a little bit nifty as well. They will rotate enemy robots that are adjacent, so they'll flip them around. Okay, pretty neat. So that's skeletons. They're all about racing around the arena. Medusa, she's a little bit different. High armor, high critical damage needed, and conversely to skeleton, when you deploy, you always deploy 1 less. So typically you'll only have 1 Medusa in the arena, because remember you typically deploy 2 of these tokens, but Medusa only gets 1 unless you're playing on extra hard, and you'll get 2 Medusas. But the thing about Medusa is she has this tactic that says any enemy robot in a column or row in front of, to the left of, or to the right of Medusa cannot spend movement points to move forwards or backwards, so they can only rotate until the start of Medusa's next activation. So you imagine if your Medusa's here, so orientation is important. If you're in front of, to the side of, anywhere in this side of the arena, you're basically frozen. So you've got to look out for Medusa's tactic firing and try and get in behind her. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to get shut out of the game. So that's Medusa's special. Scorpion. Scorpion's like a patroller. Scorpions like to march up and down on flanks, rotate, go up and down on flanks. They're not the brightest, but they do have good armor, high critical damage, and they do have an upgraded weapon. So the front weapon will attack space, space. Right? They have a special ability that says ranged attacks to scorpions do no damage when hitting the flanks. So you can either choose to get in front of the scorpion or behind and potentially be the victim of their high maneuver. If you come in at the flanks, then you have to get adjacent. You can't hit them here at range. Right? So scorpions invite you to come close, but then don't go chasing after you. They're inviting you to chase after them. And that's important because their tactics says add 1 armor. Right? So every time their tactic fires, they're getting stronger and stronger. You have to chase these scorpions down. Okay? If the scorpion's damaged and the tactic fires, remember they don't have armor when they're damaged, this is just critical damage now, then they flip. So any tokens underneath them becomes their armor. Okay, pretty neat. So that's Scorpion. Hornet. Hornet has a special that says they can move onto and over obstacles. So normally some of these spaces are blocked out and you have to move around them. Some of your robots can destroy these obstacles, push through them. But Hornet will treat these obstacles as outposts. They can move onto them. Okay. Their second upgrade says they're untargetable whilst on an obstacle. You can't hit. They can't hit from the front. Their attacks are sides and rear. They got this little sting at the rear here. It gives them +1 attack. So these attacks can go high. This one goes up to 3 heavy damage. They've got high maneuver, although it's only a 3. If you look at their engage or their attack and engage, it says if an enemy is within 4 spaces, they move adjacent. So if you get near one, they will come in and try and sting you. Armor 2, so low armor, but like I say, they're untargetable one on an obstacle with this upgrade system. And their trick is to move to the nearest obstacle. Right, so they will run to these obstacles when they can. Their tactic is to deactivate one of your upgrade systems. So Hornet likes to switch your upgrades off. Right, Talos. Talos is all about shoving. Again, kind of medium maneuver. If an enemy robot was in 3 spaces, they'll come adjacent, and they will rotate to face you. Moving backwards or sideways costs just 1 movement point. Rotating costs 0. So Talos likes to move without rotating. It doesn't need to rotate. Their upgrade system, shove, it costs no additional movement points to push. Remember, you can push robots. They won't push their... that's Scorpion. Talos won't push their own allies, their own team members, but they will shove enemies, and in doing so they rotate them as well. Okay, they shove and rotate. Their tactic is to, when this fires, hit every adjacent. Okay, every adjacent, that's ones that are in orthogonally adjacent, and throw backwards 2 spaces. Okay, so they'll hit you and throw you and push you backwards. If they throw you into an obstacle, it does an additional damage to you. Right, so that's Talos. And then finally, Cyclops. Cyclops, as you imagine, has this heavy ranged attack that comes on board. They will attack from the front, and it also attacks sideways like so. Okay, which is strange because diagonal attacks are not usual in this game. Scorpion does the same, has a diagonal attack. Well, so does Cyclops, but it also has this kind of laser beam that fires out. It can't be damaged in the rear, so you have to come in at the sides or the front on Cyclops. No point getting in behind it. But his trick is it rotates clockwise in place. So if you are facing Cyclops, where's Cyclops here? And his trick gets triggered, he will rotate and then possibly attack with his ranged attack, an unlimited ranged attack. His tactic is this laser beam. Fire 3 damage, a 3 damage laser beam in all 4 directions. It's like he spins, fires, spins, fires, spins, fires, spins, fires when that thing triggers. Remember, a big part of this game playing against the drones is understanding when to time. You're going to see this thing tick up. When it hits the X is when its tactic fires off. Don't be in this Cyclops' line of fire when this tactic fires. So there it is. There's the 6 drones. Each one gives you a different game to play. Now remember, each bout, and it's up to best of 3 bouts, you're facing 2 of these. Okay, so with 6 in the base game, that means 15 different combinations of game that you're going to play each bout. All right, so lots of variability with these 6 different types of drones. That's it. There's your little update. I hope you enjoyed this little summary of how these different types of drones will vary up the different tactics and different types of weapons that you'll be choosing and the different challenges they'll be presenting you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.